Okay, so if we sent you all an email with the detailed next steps, and in that email, we asked you to create a course account by visiting our website. And once you create the course account, you post a screenshot of the account created plus your full name and email address on the WhatsApp page, the group page you join. Once you have done that, we have completed your enrollment for you. The next step is to access the course and start the training. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time of going through an online training, please note that in an online training, nobody is coming to stand in front of you and teach you like a classroom. The classroom is on your course page you're going to access, and everything is there for you. To start, I want to show you how to access your course. So to access the course, you first visit our website. So to visit our website, in any browser, either Chrome, Firefox, Edge, you can access the course. You go to the course, the website, then you come to My Account. You click on My Account. Once you click on My Account, this page will show up. When this page shows up, when you were creating the course account, you use the register button and the information under register. Now you have finished creating your course account, you are not going to use the register again. Henceforth, you use the login. So under login, the system is asking for your username or email address and password. You remember when you were creating the course account, you created a username, your email address, and a password. You're going to use those username or email address and password here to access your course. If you are using a cell phone or a tablet with a small screen, this screen will show in a vertical format. So the login will be up and the register will be down. Now I need a volunteer. Someone should WhatsApp to me his or username and email address and password. So that I can use it for demonstration. Okay, thank you for sending me your username and password. So somebody has sent the username and password. Can I copy the username, email address, and then the password. Okay. Once the username and password and everything is okay, you type login, and then it comes to your course page. Can you all see Naomi's course page?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, Naomi, we need to correct this. Your name is not Naomi. Your name is Naomi Amponsa.
Yes, sir.
We'll correct this. In fact, correcting this is pretty simple. Once you log in, you come to account details down here. And the account details, you see your first name and last name. Your first name is Naomi, your last name is Amponsa. So all we do is delete Amponsa. Yeah, that's all. Email address, password, you can do password change, you can do everything here under your account details. Once you are done, you come down, you click on save changes.
Okay.
And voila. Okay. Please, we don't want any disturbances. Once you log in, please mute your microphone. Okay, Naomi, I'll work on the corrections for you later. They said we should fill in our password field. Okay. All right, so let's go back to your dashboard. So this is your course dashboard, and you see your course caregiving dashboard, orders, downloads, addresses, payment details, account details, logout. And then you will see your name, hello, and your name will come. Okay.
We are not hearing you.
It's because you are not listening. If you listen, you hear. So once you are here, for those who are doing NCLEX, when you log in under your courses, you will see NCLEX Prep. For those doing CNA, you see caregiving. I'm sure by now you all know that our caregiving program is actually a certified nurse assistant program.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now let's access your course page. This is your dashboard. You still don't have access to your course page yet. To access your course page, you come under your courses, you click on caregiving. When you click on caregiving, you will see my dear brothers and sisters, would you like me to mute all of you so that you don't have access to any of the mute button?
Yes, please.
Sir, please, it's better that way. Just mute all of us.
Because it's amazing, most of you can't simply control yourself. Okay, I'm muting everybody. At the end, I will unmute, then you can ask questions. All right, so now all of you have been muted. Okay, so to access, how is this possible? Let me see. Okay. Now, so when you click on caregiving, it will bring you here. This is your course page. And under your course page, you see course, you see materials, you see announcements. Course, under course, you see the course content. So these are the courses you're going to go through the next 16 weeks. And then under material, when you click on it, there are 2 items there for CNAs. For you CNAs, you see MOBIS textbook for nursing assistant. This is your official textbook you're going to use for the duration of the program. You will also see a second book, workbook and competency evaluation of MOBIS textbook for nursing assistant. So the first thing you're going to do is to download these 2 books. If you have not done that yet, please download the 2 books immediately. Download it to either your laptop or your desktop. If there is space on your phone, download. To download, you just click on it and automatically it will start downloading for you. So I just clicked on it and you see it's downloading. Now I'm going to stop downloading because I already have that book. Okay, so let's go back, come here. So please, don't come and ask anybody for the textbook. It is on your course page, all of you. You have a textbook on your course page. Nobody is going to send you any textbook. You just come to materials and you have the book there. Announcement. The announcement tab is a place where we send you important information along the course. So do well once in a while to visit your announcement tab and you see announcements on the course. Okay. Now, let's access the course. So after you have your textbook, the next thing to do is come to course content. You click on assessment 1. Now, if you are using a laptop, and we want to encourage all of you to get a laptop for these 16 weeks course, we advise you to get a laptop or a desktop computer. It makes your work a lot more easier. Most of you are going to use cell phone. You are permitted to use cell phone, but it's a lot inconvenience. And you are going to see why very soon. Get a laptop. You aim to go to the United States of America. You should have a laptop by now. Now, when you click on assessment 1, it brings you to this page. If you are using a cell phone, you see the page displayed like this. If you are using a laptop, you see it displayed like this. So this is the main page, and these are the panel with the subtopics to go through. To start your course, you come to assessment 1. This assessment 1 is the exams you took before you went through the interview. So you have already done this. You do not need, you are not required to take the assessment exams again. Let me say that again. I am saying you have already done these assessment exams. So do not take the assessment exams. When you come here, all you need to do is, you see mark complete button. It is both up there and down here. All you need to do is click on the mark complete button, any of them, either up there or down here. Just click on it. Now, when I click on the mark complete button, did you notice what happened? The assessment 1 is circled in red and thick. And then the system automatically moves you to assessment 2. Assessment 2 is the assessment exams you took before you were interviewed. So you are not required to take that exam again. So all you need to do, just as you did for assessment 1, either up there or down here, click on mark complete. And just as it did to assessment 1, assessment 2, when you click mark complete, the system automatically moves you to the next topic, assessment 3. And you see the circle around assessment 2 is ticked as completed. Assessment 3, you've already done that already. So you need not take the assessment 3 exam. Just as you did for assessment 1 and 2, you just click on mark complete button. And just as it happened in the previous assessment, the system now moves you to the next topic. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have noticed, this is how you are going to make progress from one topic to the other. You cannot click to move to the next topic. The system has been designed in such a way that you are going to move in this order, the way the topics and the subtopics have been arranged. You're going to move in that order. Most of you are curious students. You want to know what the next topic is. So you want to jump, you click on agency purposes, for example, and this is what the system will tell you. The system will tell you, please go back and complete the previous lesson. Because you have not completed the previous lesson, you cannot jump any topic. Okay. So you are done with assessment 1, assessment 2, assessment 3. It brings you to chapter 1, healthcare agencies. Now here, there is a tutorial video for you to watch. All you need to do is click on the video, click on play, and you see your teacher down there teaching you the topic, Introduction to Healthcare Agency in the United States. Here, your teacher, Kelly Neal, will teach you the topic, Chapter 1, Healthcare Agencies. Ladies and gentlemen, on this course, on our program, please bear in mind that you are no longer in your home country. You are no longer in Ghana, or for those in Cameroon on this program, you are no longer in Cameroon. You are now in the United States of America. So every mention of healthcare agencies are reference to healthcare agencies in the United States, not in Cameroon or in Ghana. So please bear that in mind. Now, I also want you to take notice. The Mark Complete button this time is of a different color. The previous Mark Complete buttons under assessment 1, 2, and 3 were red in color, if you noticed. This time, the Mark Complete button is ash in color. And therefore, it's ash in color, and therefore it's not clickable. If you click on it, nothing happens. You have noticed I'm clicking it and nothing is happening. And it's a simple reason for that. The system has been designed that where you see the Mark Complete button in ash, it means what you need to do there. If you don't do it completely, the Mark Complete button will not turn to red. So here, for the Mark Complete button to turn to red, for you to click on to move to the next topic, you need to watch this video completely to the end. You must watch it here on your course page. It's a YouTube video. If you click on the YouTube button, it will take you to YouTube. If you watch the video there, the system will not recognize it as you have watched it. And it will not give you permission to click on Mark Complete button to move on. So you need to watch a tutorial video on your course page. So please bear that in mind. On this course, you're going to watch all tutorial videos on your course page. If you watch the tutorial videos on YouTube, it is of no effect. You would have to watch it on the course page for you to make progress. All right. So you watch the entire video, the Mark Complete button will turn red. You click on it, it will take you to the next topics. key abbreviation. Now, I need you to pay particular attention. The course has been designed that you have these tutorial videos on the major topics. So chapter 1, healthcare agency, there's a video. But when you come to key abbreviations all the way to drill test, there are no videos. There are no videos at all. From key abbreviations to meeting standards, there is nothing there for you to do. When you go there, you see there's nothing there. So all you need to do is click on Mark Complete button for each of these, because they are subtopics of healthcare agencies. So everything under this subtopic have been treated in the tutorial videos already. So all you need to do is click on Mark Complete button. But when you get to drill test, there is a test for you to take. There will be a link to an exam with a passcode. You click on the link, you follow the instructions there, you put in the passcode, the exams will come and you take the exam. And the exam covers everything you have learned under chapter 1, healthcare agencies. The exam are multiple choice questions. There are 40 or so multiple choice questions. And you need to take them. When you finish, you click on the Mark Complete button in the chapter 1, and then it takes you to chapter 2. Chapter 2 also, just like chapter 1, is a main topic. It has a tutorial video you watch. When you finish watching, the Mark Complete button will turn red. You click, it takes you these subtopics. You click Mark Complete buttons. There are no videos there. They are only subtopics to the main topic. And then you do your drill test for chapter 2. You click Mark Complete button, and it brings you to chapter 3. Then you repeat the process like that till the end of the course. I hope you are making notes. Please make notes. It sounds easy, sounds simple, but when you start, you see that you forget most of the things I am telling you now. So please make notes. All right. Now, how many topics are you covering in the next 16 weeks on the CNA course? You are going to cover 60 topics, 60 chapters. So chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, all the way to chapter 60. Now, when you start the course, you finish the assessment 1 to 3, you get to healthcare agencies, you watch the tutorial video. The next thing you must do is to now go to your textbook, Mobis textbook for nursing assistants, and then read the topic Introduction to Healthcare Agencies in the textbook. So let me show you your textbook. Yes, this is your textbook. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Okay, so this is your textbook. This is your textbook. So you see Mobis textbook for nursing assistants. You scroll down. Scroll down to table of content. And the chapters in the textbook are exactly the chapters on the course page. Okay, so chapter 1, healthcare agencies, chapter 2, the person's right, chapter 3, the nursing assistant, chapter 4, delegation. It goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on to the last chapter. To the last chapter, chapter 60, getting a job. Chapter 59, end of life care. Chapter 58, chapter 57, assisted living. Chapter 56, care for mothers and babies. So these are the chapters you are going to cover. Now, I am saying when you start the course, let's go back to your course page. I'm saying when you start the course, you log in, you come to assessment one, mark complete, mark complete, mark complete. You come to healthcare agencies. There's a tutorial video where your teacher teaches you the topic healthcare agencies. When you finish watching all the tutorial videos, you go to your textbook. So let's go to your textbook. Sorry. Where is your textbook? No, sorry. That's not your textbook. Yes, there you are. So when you finish watching the tutorial video, you come to your textbook. By now, you would have downloaded your textbook. So you have it on your laptop or your phone or your tablet. I will advise you download it to your laptop because it's a huge document. You can see it's over 2,000 pages. Your cell phone may not be able to contain it. Okay, so we come to chapter 1, healthcare agencies. You click on it, comes to healthcare agencies, and then you read everything under healthcare agencies. Take your time and read. You see all the subtopics are exactly what you have on your course page. Read all of them. Read it to the end of chapter 1. Now, in your textbook, each chapter ends with a review question, like question and answers that try to test your understanding of what you have read in the textbook. So let me show you how they come like. So still on chapter 1, focus on practice. Okay. Still in chapter 1. Okay, so good. This is the end of chapter 1. And this, so these are the review questions I was talking about. They are sometimes 10, 15 questions for you to test your knowledge and understanding on. Okay, so this you do for your own self. Okay, you do to test your own understanding of what you have read in the chapter. And I'm saying each of the 60 chapters have these review questions in the textbook. So by now you have read the entire topic, chapter 1, in the textbook. You have watched the tutorial videos. Please, whilst watching the video, whilst reading the textbook, get a notebook and write down notes copiously. Key terms, definitions, abbreviations, explanations. Write them down in your notebooks. It helps you to remember the things you have learned. Now, when you are done reading the things in the textbook, you now go to your workbook. You remember, we asked that you also download your workbook. So let me show you your workbook. Now, your workbook is also on your course page where you downloaded the textbook. Your workbook is there. You should also download your workbook. So when you download your workbook, it will come this way. Good. I'm now sharing my screen of the workbook. So you see workbook and competence evaluation review, MOBIS textbook for nursing assistant. unlike the textbook, your workbook contains workbook assignments for each of the 60 chapters. So the workbook has chapters exactly as the chapters in the textbook. And it's also exactly the chapters on your course page. So your textbook, your workbook, your course page have been synchronized. Same topic, same chapters everywhere you go. So when you come to healthcare, chapter 1, healthcare agencies in the workbook, it has work assignment. With this assignment, you're going to work on them and submit your answers to us. The assignment in the textbook, it is for you, for your own practice. You're not going to submit it to us. But the assignment in the workbook, we're going to submit them to us. And we're going to grade them, and it's part of your work to get your score to pass your final exam. So when you take chapter 1, healthcare agencies, the first question is, say, fill in the blank, key terms. You're going to use these key terms to fill in the blanks in chapter 1 question. So question 1 says, dash is a nursing care pattern where the RN is responsible for the person's total care. So you pick any of these words. If it is team nursing, you put it there. Team nursing is a nursing care pattern where the RN is responsible for the person's total care. If that is your correct answer, please you select that. Same for question 2, question 3, question 4. It goes on and on and on. This is still chapter 1. When you get to question 18 and onwards, there are multiple choice questions. You're going to select the correct answer. So question 18, which person is most likely to need the type of care that is provided in the memory care units? A, has chronic cardiac and respiratory problems. B, has Alzheimer's disease with wandering behaviors. C, needs some assistance with activities of daily living. D, has cancer and death is expected in 6 months. So if you think the correct answer is to question 18 is A, you just select A. And it's so for the rest of the questions. Now, chapter 1 alone, it continues matching. Match the type of healthcare agencies with the services provided. So hospital, rehabilitation center, long-term care, mental health, home care agencies, hospice, skilled nursing facility. So you are going to fix. Those matching words here. Fill in the blanks, continue, write the following abbreviations. Okay, so just chapter 1, you have up to 87 questions to answer. And please note you are answering all questions. You are answering all questions. Hey, you say you cannot see my screen? I'm sharing my screen. Oh. Can you all see my screen? You can see my screen, type yes in the chat. So this is, yes, okay, thank you for the confirmation. So this is the workbook, your workbook containing the workbook assignment, and just as the textbook, it has the same topics as in the textbook, the same topics as in the course page. So follow them religiously. Okay? All right. So let me recap again. You log into your course page. First 3, assessment 1, assessment 2, assessment 3, mark complete, mark complete, mark complete. Then it takes you to chapter 1, healthcare agencies. You watch the tutorial videos. Make notes in your notebook as you watch the video. When you are done, come to your textbook, read the entire chapter 1 in the textbook. When you are done, you come to the workbook, submit answers. And I'm going to show you how you're going to submit answers to the workbook assignment. Submit answers to the workbook assignment. You're going to email it. Okay, you're going to email the answers to us for marking and scoring. Then once you have finished with the workbook assignment, you now go back to your course page and now do the drill tests. So I am back to your course page. By this time, you would have finished the healthcare agency. So from key abbreviations, agency purpose, types of agency, organization, the nursing assistant, all the way to meeting standards, you would have done that already in the textbook and the workbook assignment. So from that point, you just click on Mark Complete. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to write this down because most of you are going to come back. Sir, I have finished watching the video. What do I do next? From key abbreviations to meeting standard, Mark Complete. Please write it down now. I said from key abbreviations to meeting standard, Mark Complete. You're going to see your behaviors. I have said it several times. You're going to have people going to ask questions about it. You don't listen, so please listen. Okay, once you have finished Mark Complete, you have submitted your workbook assignment, the last thing you're going to do under chapter 1 is the drill tests. You click, you go there, drill test, there will be 40 multiple choice questions, take the test. It's a test that tests your understanding of everything you have done in chapter 1. You need to score 80% to pass the drill test before you can click on Mark Complete button to take you to chapter 2. If you don't pass, when you take the test, you don't pass, you can take it as many times. Please write this one down. I said you can take the drill test as many times until you pass. Hello, are you listening? Write it down. You can take the drill test under each chapter as many times until you pass. Let me say it one last time for those who have problems with our ears. You can take the drill tests at the end of each chapter as many times until you pass. And the pass mark is 80%, 80%. Once you take the drill test, you pass, click on Mark Complete button, the system will automatically take you to chapter 2. Chapter 2, you repeat the same processes you did for chapter 1. There will be a tutorial video, chapter 2, you watch. When you finish, you go and read the textbook, the entire chapter 2. Excuse me. When you finish, you go to the workbook, you do your workbook assignment for the entire chapter 2. When you finish, Remember the workbook assignment, you're going to submit it to us. When you finish the workbook assignment, you come back to the course page, mark complete, mark complete, mark complete till the drill test, chapter 2. You take the test, 40 multiple choice questions, pass mark 80%. You need to pass. And once you pass, you click mark complete button, it takes you to chapter 3, the nursing assistant. Then you repeat the process again. You watch a video, read the textbook, workbook assignment, drill test. So 4 things: watch video, read textbook, workbook assignment, drill test. Watch video, read textbook, submit workbook assignment, drill test. That is how you are going to make progress. Now, remember I said for CNAs, you have 60 chapters to go. And you are doing this course in 16 weeks, 6 weeks, that is 4 months. So you will notice on the course page, we have broken the course down into weeks. So week 1, you have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and it goes on. So let me ask you a question. Let me see you following what I'm telling you. If you have 16 chapters to complete, if you have 60 chapters, 60 chapters to complete in 16 weeks, how many chapters must you complete per week? Put your answers in the chat box. Your textbook, your workbook has 16 chapters. 60 chapters. 60 chapters. You have 16 weeks to complete 60 chapters. So how many chapters must you complete every week? Please post your answer in the chat. Okay, somebody says 3 chapters, somebody says approximately 4, Samson not less than 4, Nana Kwame Edu not less than 4 chapters, Dorothy 4 chapters, Dorcas 4 chapters, Ivy at least 4. Thank you for your responses. Yes, you just do a simple arithmetic. 60 divided by 16 is 3.75. You round it up to 4 chapters. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have said it all. You must complete at least 4 chapters a week. Your week starts on Monday and ends on Saturday. Your week starts on Monday morning and ends on Saturday. This is why we are doing this orientation Sunday evening. Tomorrow morning, in fact, you can start your course immediately from here. Tomorrow morning, officially, your week 1 starts, and it ends Saturday, 8 a.m. So 4 chapters means by Saturday, 8 a.m., you would have completed and submitted 4 workbook assignments, 4 drill tests for chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chapter 1 alone has 87 workbook assignments you are going to answer. Chapter 2, 50 plus, chapter 3, it goes on and on and on. My dear brothers and sisters, lazy students will do nothing from tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, procrastinating. Oh, I have more time. Then Friday, you see everybody wake up. Hey, Saturday is the deadline. Then everybody is running helter-skelter. I will be happy to be answering your questions on the page from tomorrow to Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, if you ask any question on the page, please don't expect any response from us. We don't encourage last-minute habits. So those of you who do your work last minute, if you meet any challenge, please don't ask me. I will not mind you. If you ask me from tomorrow till Wednesday, be happy to help you. Thursday, Friday, you are a last-minute person. You are not a serious student. Let me say it again. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you are not a serious student. You are one of those students who think they are smart. You come up with beautiful excuses. My phone got spoiled. My mother was sick. I was at work. I couldn't find time to do this. If you come up with those excuses, tell yourself, then you are not going to the United States. You are just joking. We don't have time for jokers. We only have time for serious students. Henceforth, you must ask all questions on the WhatsApp page, the group page. Don't ask questions outside it. If you ask questions outside it, please don't expect a response. Because from my experience, the question you are going to ask, other students have the same questions. It makes no sense for us to be repeating the same answers for all of you. So if you ask one question, we'll respond on the page. It benefits everybody on the page. So ask all questions on the page, unless they are personal sensitive questions. There will be time we'll ask you questions about your marriage, your children, those things we'll not discuss on the WhatsApp page. For that, you are allowed to ask questions privately. But aside that, how many topics are we doing a week? I have finished watching the video, healthcare agencies. Where do I go to? Don't ask privately. Ask on the page. Okay. I hope that is clear. All right. So far, I think we have covered enough. Now, let me talk about the last thing. And the last thing is about submitting your workbook assignment. How are you going to do that? Remember, I said you're going to email it. To what email address? Here, I need you to pay attention. Now, this is how you're going to submit the workbook assignment. Remember, you are to do at least 4 chapters a week. So you'll be submitting workbook assignments for 4 chapters a week. You're going to do it in a Word document. Word. Microsoft Word. So you open a Microsoft document, just as I have done on your screen. You put your name on top. So David Addo, nicely like that. Then you start chapter 1. Healthcare agencies. Then question 1, if the answer is Delta, you type Delta. Question 2, if the answer is home, you type home. Question 3, if the answer is farm, you type farm. Question 4, if the answer is flight, you type flight. Question 5, If the answer is America, type that. Question 6, when you get to the multiple choice questions, if the answer is A, you type A. If question 7 is the answer is C, you type C. Question 8, if the answer is D, you type D. Question 9, where they say marching, if the answer fill in the blank space is Lord, you type that. Have you noticed what I'm doing? You're only providing answers. Don't type the questions and give us answers. We don't need that. We already have the questions. All we need from you is to submit answers. Okay, so you have finished with question 87 of chapter 1. Then you continue to chapter 2. Nursing assistant. So the person's right. The person's right. Question 1. If the answer is USA. Question 2, Ghana. Question 3, Ivory Coast. Only answers. Don't repeat the questions. Okay? Then when you are done with chapter 2, you go to chapter 3. The nursing assistant. Question 1 for chapter 3, home. Question 2, door. Question 3, run. You are done with question 3, all the questions in the workbook. Then you go to chapter 4. Chapter 4 in the textbook is delegation. Provide answers. Okay? When you finish, you now email this document as an attachment with a nice message. Don't just drop an attachment as an email and that is it. Type in the email, in the body, hello, my name is so and so. I'm a CNA student, group 7, and these are my workbook assignment for week 1, chapters 1 to 4. Nicely. Then you attach it and then you email it. Ladies and gentlemen, most of you are going to use phones. I'm wondering how you're going to type these on your phone. That is why we said get a laptop or a desktop. Makes your life easier. You aim to go to the United States of America, the technology capital of the world. Change your habit. Now, once you are done with this, you are now going to email all the answers to the email address I am typing on the screen. You need to take a screenshot of this email address. My dear brothers and sisters, this is the only email address you're going to use for your workbook assignment. If you submit the workbook assignment to any other email address, either to support or caregivers or nurse, to any other email address you know, it will not count. The only acceptable email address for your workbook assignment is test@aguinaldogh.com. Do not use any other email address. Let me type it there. Do not use any other email address for your workbook assignment. I pray and hope you have written this one down. Do not use any other email address for your workbook assignment. The only email address you can use is this one for your workbook assignment. So you're going to answer, so for every week, you're going to answer all the 4 chapters in one single document. It can be several pages, but it has to be one single document, one email attachment. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do chapter 1 and then submit. Then chapter 2, you submit. Then chapter 3, you submit. There are now, plus on your group alone, we have a few more to join you. We're going to have about 70 plus students just in your group. There are other groups before you. In the other group, group 6, there are over 300. From group 1 to group 6, group to your group, we have over 800 students. People submitting workbook assignment at various times. Please listen carefully and follow instruction, and you will be fine. Don't submit chapter 1, you submit. Chapter 2, you submit. Chapter 3, you submit. The email address is not just for you alone. At the time you finish submitting chapter 1, others have submitted theirs. Your teacher who is sitting in the United States is not now going to look for your chapter 1 and go and look for your chapter 2 for you. They don't have that time. When you submit the workbook assignment, it goes straight to the United States. Okay? So please follow these simple instructions and you'll be free. Okay, so for those who have a hard hearing, you are submitting 4 chapters a week in one single document. You are only providing answers. You are not repeating the questions. And your answers must be in Word documents. And you are going to email it to only one email address, which is on your screen. All right. Now, that is enough for CNAs. What about NCLEX applicant? Do I have any NCLEX applicant here? If you are an NCLEX applicant and we have set you up for your NCLEX, please WhatsApp to me your username and password. Let me show you how your course page appears and how you're going to go about your course. Is there any NCLEX applicant here? Hello, any NCLEX applicant? I know 1 or 2 people who are NCLEX applicant. We have set you up for NCLEX. Is Saudatu here? Okay, if we don't have any NCLEX applicant, then we will not do demonstration on the NCLEX course because it's of no benefit for my CNAs. All right. Now, if you are doing NCLEX, just WhatsApp to me your username and password. That is all I need from you. Now, for CNAs and NCLEX, you have teachers who teaches you, and I need you to listen carefully. For CNA, your teacher is Deidre Angwe, Cameroonian who is based in Chicago. She's also a CNA. She practiced as a CNA in Chicago today. Those of you who managed to connect on Zoom yesterday, you joined her class. For those doing NCLEX, you have a different teacher. She is called Mix, M-I-G-Z, Mix. Mix is the head of Aguinaldo Recruitment Agency in the Philippines. She heads the Aguinaldo Recruitment Agency in the Philippines. You are going to take your NCLEX exams not in South Africa, but in the Philippines. We are going to fly you to the Philippines to take your NCLEX there. We do that 6 weeks ahead of your NCLEX final exam. You have your regular class with MIGS on Saturdays at 11 a.m. on Zoom. You have your NCLEX class at 11 a.m. with MIGS on Zoom, Saturdays. For CNAs, you will have your class with Deidre Saturdays at 3 o'clock p.m. 11 a.m. on Zoom, 3 o'clock p.m. on Zoom. So those of you who are asking me, please where, it's on Zoom, Zoom. And we'll share the Zoom screen on the WhatsApp page, the group page. Okay. Now, Charity has a question. Please, are we supposed to send the test only on Saturdays? No. Your workbook assignment, when you can do it anytime. You can do it today. You can do it tomorrow. You can do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But the last day, the deadline is 8 a.m. Saturday. So by Saturday, you should have submitted your workbook assignment. Not later than Saturday, 8 a.m. All right. Now, I have received Agnes Mensah. I suspect you are an NCLEX applicant, so let me see. You will follow the same step. I know I am not sharing my screen, just be patient. I want to be sure what you sent me is correct, Agnes, before I start sharing my screen. Now, oh, good. Agnes, your link and password worked. Okay, so let me share my screen. All right, so Agnes Mensah Yeboah, NCLEX applicant, your course page, instead of, under your courses, instead of caregiving, you see NCLEX Prep. NCLEX Prep. You click on it, and this is what you will see, the interface. You see a registered nurse holding a file. Your textbook for your course was emailed to you the day you enrolled on our course. The first email you received from us has your NCLEX textbook, Soundest NCLEX Prep. Along the line, we're going to send you another book, NCLEX NGN. You're going to get it. This is your course content. So you come here, you click on Assessment 1, and this is how your course page will look like, similar to that of the CNAs. Just as the CNAs, Assessment 1, you have done it already. We assume you have done it already. You don't need to do it again. So you click on Mark Complete. It takes you to Assessment 2. Assessment 2, you have done it already. Click on Mark Complete, take you to Assessment 3. Assessment 3, you are done already. You click on Mark Complete. It takes you to the next topic. Your first topic is not healthcare agencies, but time management. Okay. And this is how the time management is a video you must watch. When you are done with that, critical thinking. Hello, brothers and sisters. It is critical thinking is one weakness in our education system in Ghana. So simple deduction is difficult for most of us here in Ghana. So we teach you how to think critically. And the NCLEX course, if you don't think critically, you fail. The next topic is Bloom's taxonomy. What is NCLEX? The anatomy of the NCLEX questions, the NCLEX exam. Select all that applicable, SATA, absolute words, opposite, same, priority, the nursing process, acute versus chronic, duplicate facts, and so on and so forth. Then NCLEX trap, then you also have drill test. For NCLEX applicant, instead of 60 chapters, you have 75 chapters. 75 chapters. You are not submitting any workbook assignments. All your test assignments are on, are on your course page. They are drill tests you're going to do. 75 chapters. Now, along the line, we're going to get back to you to take, in fact, it's on your course page. Oh, and there are drill tests for you. You are going to do 3 drill tests a week. 3 drill tests a week. 1 on Monday, 1 on Wednesday, 1 on Saturday. Every week, 3 drill tests. NCLEX applicants. Now, the last about 2-3 weeks of the course, you'll be doing some exams we call predictor exam. These are NCLEX type exams that you're going to take. When you pass those exams, we are confident when you present you to NCLEX, you pass. My dear NCLEX people, as for the word excuses, please, we don't want to hear from you at all. We don't want to entertain excuses from you. 1, 2, 3 excuses will pack you somewhere because we're going to spend a lot on you. Apart from flying you to the Philippines. Oh, by the way, from Ghana to the Philippines by flight, it will take 20 hours. So just imagine that, and the fare. We'll fly you there 6 weeks ahead of time. You're going to be there 6 weeks before you take the final exams in Manila, the Philippine capital. During that last 6 weeks, you're going to have face-to-face, in-person NCLEX training, intensive, before you go and take that exams. Registering you for the NCLEX alone takes a minimum of 4 or 5 months. If you do, in fact, your program is a little bit complex. So we don't want to come and add beautiful excuses to the complexity with NCLEX. Once you begin to give excuses, please, we'll pack you somewhere. So if you know you are not up to this program, please let us know in prim yaranians since our course amount. Now, if you choose to do CNA, we have nurses who qualify to do NCLEX, but they have elected to do CNA because they know themselves. She is a working mother or a working father. She is a family at home to take care of, and all the complexity that comes with. She does CNA. All our CNAs, when you land in the United States on our program, you are going with green card and everything the NCLEX people are going with. But when you land in the United States, we register you, pay for you to write the NCLEX in the US. Okay. Now, if you do CNA, I'm sure you already know, minimum 2 years before everything will be set for you to leave to the US with your family. But if you do NCLEX, once you pass the NCLEX exam, 6 to 8 months, you are in the US. So please, Bear that in mind. Okay, Charity is asking, sir, can you please explain further about the CNA drill test? Well, the drill tests are tests that covers each chapter. So there's a drill test at the end of each chapter for CNAs. And it covers the topic you have learned or the chapter you have learned. So if you learn chapter 1, at the end of chapter 1, before you go to chapter 2, you take a drill test, and there are 40 multiple choice questions testing you on the knowledge of chapter 1. When you go to chapter 2, at the end of chapter 2, you take a drill test, and it covers everything you learn in chapter 2. And it's repeated like that to chapter 60. Okay. At this point, I want to pause for questions and answers. So I am unmuting everybody. Unmuting everybody doesn't mean please make the place a marketplace. If you know your children are close by you and they are screaming, mute them. All right, so please unmute your microphone now and ask questions if you have any question. Do you have any question for me, please? Okay, so I see some hand. Hold on, if you have a question, you raise your hand. Samson, you have the floor. Go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening, sir, and thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome,
So,
Samson.
I wanted to know if the CNAs are also going to take an end of the program.
That's a beautiful question. All CNAs, listen up. All CNAs, listen up. Remember, I said there are 60 chapters for your course. When you finish chapter 30, there are some exams you're going to take alongside the drill test. We call them midterm exams and predictor exams. So remember this, when you finish chapter 30, you're going to take midterm 1 exams. Midterm 1 exams, chapter 30. And it covers everything you have learned from chapter 1 to chapter 30. Midterm 1 exams. When you finish chapter 40, you will take midterm 2 exams. So chapter 30, midterm 1, chapter 40, midterm 2. When you finish chapter 30, you take midterm 3 exams. That is the end of the midterm exams. When you finish chapter 60, you take predictor 1 exam. Predictor 1 exam. Then you are left with 4 predictor exams. Predictor 2, sorry, you're left with 3 predictor exams. Predictor 2, predictor 3, predictor 4. 3 predictor exams. These are mock-like exams. They mimic the final CNA exams. For CNAs, we are not flying you to anywhere to go and take your final exams. You will come to our office in Kumasi to come and take your final exams. There is only exception for our students in Cameroon. Cameroon, you have a different place to go and take the exams. We'll let you know when the time comes. But for Ghanaians from north, south, east, west, and everything and anything in between, you will come to Kumasi on the day of your final exams in our office to come and take your final exam. It is when you have finished your CNA, then we'll start training you to prepare you to take your IELTS exam. For all our NCLEX applicants, you will take IELTS academic. For CNAs, you take IELTS general. Different band score. Don't bother yourself about it for now. When the time comes, we'll explain. We have arrangement with British Council. You will come and take the IELTS exams in our office in Kumasi, so don't worry about that. Just pass your CNA exams, your IELTS to take care of it for you. We need your CNA exams to start filing your green card. We need your IELTS to get you what you call a visa screen certificate, a document you take to the interview at the US Embassy for your visa after you have secured your green card. Two different things needed at two different times, two different periods. So please don't rush to go and take IELTS. It is part of the package you are getting. And because of timing, we time the IELTS in such a way that it does not expire before you leave for the US. All right. Thank you, Samson, for that beautiful question. Charity, your hand is up. You have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Please, I want to find out, as we the CNAs, when we get to the USA, let's say today I'm in the United States, and I went there as a CNA, do I have a time range or a time limit for myself before I can federal? Because here in Ghana, let's say when you are recruited as a staff nurse, you have like 3 years to take like a study leave or something. Does that apply to the United States? Like the time range you can fed up if you want to?
Thank you very much, Charity. That's another beautiful question. My dear brothers and sisters, the United States is indeed the land of opportunities. There is something, if I have not told you before, let me tell you today. All of you today here, if you humble yourself and go through this program and you get to the US in 5 years, you start earning a minimum of $100,000 US a year. Let me say it again. Humble yourself, go through this program. In 5 years, you start earning $100,000 United States dollars a year. At today's exchange rate, that's over 1.5, 1.7 million Ghana cedis a year. Imagine yourself earning that money. Number two, you are charting a new course for your entire family and the generation behind you. Your children become American citizens. Your children become American citizens. You change the destiny of your family. Let this be your motivation as you go through this program. Now, to answer Charity's question, when you land in the US, in fact, it is in your contract, black and white. Because you have not seen your contract yet, there are so many things you don't appreciate it. So let me see if I can fish it out from your contract. When you land in the US as CNAs, the first thing we'll do for you is to get you your CNA license. And in the US, I think we have a number of days to get that for you. Is it 160 days or 180 days? Okay, let me see. Clause 4F. At nursing assistant's own expense, nursing assistant shall arrange for accommodation and airfare for any and all dependents who ultimately will be joining nursing assistant in the United States. In this regard, to enable the nursing assistant to adjust to his or her new environment, nursing assistant should not arrange, okay, no, this is another one. All right, I cannot fish it out immediately, but when you get your agreement, I mean, we're going to take our time and go through it with you. But the first thing you do, the first thing we'll get for you is your license. And you're going to have some days, just some days, 120 days, I think, to get your license, not more than 6 months to get your license. You take the final exams here, but you're not going to get a license here. You need to get to the US, do your Social Security. The first thing we do for you, the first 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the US, when you land, is your Social Security. Without Social Security, you cannot work officially, legally in the US. So you get to your Social Security, and with your Social Security number, we now request for your license from the state where you're going to be. All of you fly to Chicago. All of you stay in Chicago. The first 2 months, the first 2-3 months, you'll be in Chicago. You go through orientation, and then you get your Social Security. That is the time you'll be in free housing, in our free housing in Chicago. Then, during that time, we'll also be preparing to assign you to your final state, the state where you're going to be. And each state, you're going to learn from the course. CNAs, I think chapter 3, you learn nursing assistant. You know that each state has its own rule for practice as a CNA. How to get a license in Illinois state is different from how to get a license in New York state. It's different from how to get a license in Hawaii, and so on and so forth. So where you're going to be eventually will determine how to get you your license. But we're going to get it for you. Now, once you get your license, you move to that state. Now, whilst in that, your final destination state will now pay for you to start your classes for your NCLEX, to do your NCLEX. We would wish that you all go as registered nurses, but because of the complexity with NCLEX, we are taking you as CNA. When you get there, you take the exams, you get your NCLEX. And as soon as you take your NCLEX and you pass, you are upgraded automatically. And CNA, your salary is $16.29 per hour as CNAs. As NCLEX RNs, your salary is a minimum of $30 an hour, twice that of CNAs. We want all of you to earn that. For that reason, we prepare you immediately. All right, so Charity. And oh, by the way, when you get to the US, the reason why I started with land of opportunity, even before you get to the NCLEX, there are so many other things you can be doing. You have LPN, you have LVN, and these are all nursing credentials. You'll be chopping money small before you get to the RN. And in the US, RNs are in charge of the nursing homes. Doctors are in charge of the hospitals, but registered nurses are in charge of the nursing homes. And when we say nursing home, it is not the small home care service we provide here. Okay? I don't want to talk plenty. So Charity, I hope I have answered your question. All right, so Courage is asking, I want to know about the payment plan for the program. Okay, let me share that to you. Now, when it comes to payment, you have noticed nobody here, and I repeat, nobody here had paid a dime up until this point. We have enrolled all of you onto the program. You're going to start the program without paying a dime. It doesn't mean the program is free. If you think the program is free, you're in the wrong place. You're going to pay. but we don't need your money yet. However, let me share that with you 1 second. As you already know the fees, on your screen now is the breakdown of the fee and the structure of the fee for the various programs. And the fee is broken down into phases. We have phase 1, the certification phase, and then phase 2, the green card filing phase. For NCLEX applicant, phase 1 will cost you $5,335 US. Phase 2 will cost a minimum of $16,000. You will be paying phase 1, and we will be paying phase 2 for you. When you get, we're going to send this document to all of you. We're going to post it on the page. And once you get it, you're going to study it carefully. It has the detailed breakdown of every single cost item. Okay. Now, for CNAs, yours is a $5,000. My dear brothers and sisters, I'm talking dollars. So nobody should come and ask me how much Ghana cedis. I'm not saying Ghana cedis. On this program, you're not in Ghana, you're in the US. Oh, okay, you cannot see, eh? Let me zoom it. When I zoom it to it covers the entire screen and you can't see everything. Okay, don't worry, you're going to get a document anyway. So the fee you are paying covers the training, the exams, those who will be flying to, initially we said South Africa, but the Philippines, you get a total there. And then the phase 2 is the US side, green card, processing fee, and so on and so forth. You're going to be involved in all these every step of the way. Now we have the payment arrangement where you can choose to pay bulk. We have students who have paid their fees in full, the entire $5,000 or $5,035 they have paid already. Not your group, the previous groups. Or you have also the option to pay bit by bit as you go along the program. Or you have the option, the third option, to pay up to half of the fee. So for CNA $5,000, you can pay up to half, $2,500, also bit by bit. The other half, we do salary deduction from your salary when you get to the US and you start working. So CNA taking you 2 years, you're going to pay, if you choose to pay half, going to take you 2 years to pay $2,500. But you must pay at least $1,500 before you take the final CNA exams. Okay, then the rest you take your time the next 2 years to pay, bit by bit, and then you go along. So we'll send you the document, you study it. And please, we'll encourage all of you to start paying as soon as possible. Lock us in, because next year, January, the Americans, we are planning the recruitment of the next batch. As you know, by now, we have closed all recruitment for this year. All that we have recruited so far, we're working on filing for them. The first 50 we are done with. The next 100 will start very soon. If you finish quickly, you can join the next 100, and then we'll file for you. But January, we are doing another recruitment. And January, those groups, the fee they are going to pay is higher than $5,000. If by January you have made no single payment, you automatically will be added to that group. So pay small. We have students, there's one student, Joyce. I will not mention her surname. You know what she does? Every month she pays 2,000 Ghana cedis. What you have to account to no receipt, not there at all. Onya 500, no abetia, or there at all. Onya 1,000, no abetia. Kakrang. But most of you here, I know you are rich. You want to wait and then come and pay the $5,000. Boom. You are welcome to do that also. But if you are poor like me, start paying small. Okay. Do we have any other question? Charity is back. Okay. Charity, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, sir, once again. Please, we know you've been in the system for some time now, and you know the best thing for us. I'm asking that the part payment and the full payment, which one do you think is the right thing? Because at times you may decide to do part payment. When you get there, then the deduction will go not in your favor as you wish, or how they explain it to you. So as a good leader, as you are, can you please let us know the genuinely in the part payment and the full payment? I will
advise you pay full here if you have the money. But if you don't, you can pay half when you get to the US. Deduct is small. But when you get to the US, deduction small comes with an interest. They will charge you interest. And in the US, the system is totally different from Ghana. So if you ask me, $5,000, if you have it, pay here. Do we have any other question? Okay, Peter Kwanzaa, sir, please, what happens to a student who does not pass the final exam before the IELTS? Peter, what happens when you take if you are a nurse, what happens when you take the licensure exams and you fail? What happens?
All right.
You are laughing at me. But to answer your question, you can do a receipt. Okay. When you fail the exams, your money is not missing. No. We are not interested in chopping your money. If you can see me now, I am an old man with gray hair. All the money I don't need your money. But when you fail, you can do a receipt. I mean, if you can talk to some of the others in the earlier group, like the group 1 to group 3, some of them have started, some of them wrote their final exams last month, others are writing this month. Some failed. They are coming back to come and do a receipt. The exams fee for CNAs, I think, is $300. The receipt fee is $75. So if you don't want to pay a receipt, please study hard and then pass once and for all. It's easy to pass the CNA. It's easy to pass the CNA. The CNA is fufulele. Fufu. My friends in Cameroon, fufulele means cheap. Easy. You can easily pass. Okay, you can easily pass it. Asunta, are you listening to me?
I'm getting you,
good,
sir.
So fufulele in Ghana means cheap. It's easy. You can easily pass. But if you fail, you have to pay a receipt of $75 to retake the exams. If you fail 1 million times, you pay $75 1 million times. Okay, Charity is asking, is the CNA exam fee part of the total cost? Yes. Your CNA exams, your training, the IELTS training, the IELTS exams, everything is part of the total cost. You won't pay anything else. Oh, apart from a medical examination fee, which you will do yourself, and then the police clearance, when the time comes, you do medical exams, you do police clearance. That one is your own cost, but that one is nothing. Medical exams, I don't know how much they charge. We'll show you where to go when the time comes to do your medical exam. And then the police clearance, you go to the police headquarters, they do it at the, Nima police station. I think it's 70 cities. The last time we did some 70 cities. Your transportation to police headquarters is even more expensive than the fee you pay for that. Okay. All right, Peter asks, please, when should payment start? Is it now or after the 16 weeks? Start now. If you have the money, start now. You can pay at any time. We are flexible with that. You can choose to pay now. You can choose to pay when you finish the course. But you cannot take the exams until you have paid at least $1,500. We're going to use part to register you for the exams. We're going to use part to register you for the IELTS and the IELTS books and the rest. A minimum of $1,500 before you take the exam. But you can pay it anyhow, anywhere, anytime. You can pay online, you can use Momo, you can go to our bank, Standard Chartered Bank, anywhere near you, or when you have money. When we share the document I have shared with you earlier, you have the bank details there. You visit your local bank, give them instruction, transfer this money to Aguinaldo's account to Standard Chartered, your bank will do it for you. So you don't need to be close or travel to Standard Chartered to do payment. Okay. Charity, your hand is up again.
Yes, sir. Please, I want to find out if we, the CNA students, can't have like YouTube questions and answers there, or we should based on what the textbook is given to us. Because at times when you go to like YouTube, you see CNA questions and answers. Are you advising us to do that alongside with, or we should basically focus on the textbook questions?
Charity.
Thank you.
You are standing at the base of the mountain and you are asking the question at the other side of the mountain. My dear, the 16 weeks you are going to go through, you are not even going to have time to be watching YouTube.
Okay.
You are not going to have time to watch YouTube. You start. When you start, the picture becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. When it comes to question and answers, we have already paid for them. Before your final exams, we will share with you question bank, test bank we have purchased for you that you can use to prepare for the final exam. So you don't worry, you just start, okay?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Do we have any other question, please? Naomi, your hand is up. You have the floor.
Yes, sir. Sir, please, I wanted to ask, is it exactly 2 years that is going to take us, or maybe less than 2 years? The last time you said 2 years, though.
Yeah, it depends on you. Naomi, if you are done with your question, please mute your microphone. My dear, I know most of you are fixated with the duration, 2 years, 3 years. Let me do some comparison for you. From here, all your friends that have gone to UK, ask them, which visa did they go to the UK with? It's a 3-year visa, if they will tell you the truth. 3 years visa, extended to 5 years. And that is it. You know the duration of the visa you are taking to the US? Permanent. You're going to be there for the rest of your life. Don't compare apples to mangoes. Now, that said, the duration now depends on you. It can be 2 years if you so choose. It can be 3 years if you so choose. It can be 10 years if you so choose. But when we start the course, you will understand. Some of you are going to come up with beautiful excuses. We know people, we know our students. You are great at excuses. You are going to miss deadlines. You are going to miss assignments. You are going to miss classes. And then you come up, oh, I went to a funeral. Oh, my daughter was sick. Oh, my husband was sick. Oh, my grandfather died. On this course, you are on your own. We are not going to wait for the entire people in your group to finish before we start filing for you. What most of our earlier students did, they took their leave. Okay, now we are in September, October. I'm sure you have chopped your leave already. But if you still have unexpired leave on your ticket, go and take it. 1 month, not that morning, afternoon, evening. 1 month in every year. When you finish today, you come take your final exams today. We file for you today. We will not wait for Edu Jemfi to finish to join Naomi or Kwenye here, Shine to also finish. No, 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 no. Finish today, we file for you today. We are saying the course is 16 weeks. You can finish in 1 month if you so choose. We are saying submit workbook assignment for 4 chapters. You can do 5 chapters. You can do 6 chapters a week if you have the time. So the duration now is in your hand. Naomi, do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Into open tema.
Thank you.
If you want to,
Yes, sir.
entirely dependent on you. All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me repeat again. Somebody is asking, sir, please, can we get the recording? Yes. Oh, I will share the recording on your page shortly after this meeting. Or by tomorrow morning, you see the recording on the WhatsApp page, the group page. My dear brothers and sisters, you are going to the United States, not with 2 years visa, 3 years visa, 10 years visa, 20 years visa, 50 years visa. You are going with green card that permits you legal residence for the rest of your life. Permanent. Don't go and compare yourself with the people going to the UK and the Canada and the Australia. 5 years down the line, you hear them start crying. You have chosen to be here. We are grateful you are here. And we promise you, you get your green card when you do your part. We'll get to your green card. Your family, your immediate family will join you to be in the United States for the rest of your life. That is why I said you are charting a new course. This is a destiny changer. You are changing your destiny for yourself, for your children, and the generation behind you. You become American citizens. I rest my case. So Peter is asking, is it compulsory to finish only 4 chapters per as is being slated for the course 16 weeks? Peter, I think I've just answered that. The minimum is 4 chapters. You can do 5 chapters, you can 10 chapters a week. It's entirely up to you. If you finish today, you come today, sir, I want to take my final exams. I will say, Peter, you are welcome. Take a seat. That is your exams. Take it and go. You pass, we'll start filing for you. Everything about you is permanent. I know some of you have relatives in the US, they are going to ask, how are you going to get us a work permit? And they will tell you, you have to be in the US, start working before you get work permit. Masa, tell them they don't know what they are talking about. As soon as you pass your final exams, the first document on file for you is called Permanent Labor Certification. Google Permanent Labor Certification in the US, read about it. We file that for you here. You get your Permanent Labor Certification here. It's like work permit for the rest of your life in the US. Then you file for your green card, then the rest of the things follow. So you are going to the US permanently. All right, the last 2 questions. Charity says, sir, please, can we have the download of the textbook and the workbook here on WhatsApp page? I will be glad to share it with you. In fact, let me do that now before I forget. Otherwise, by the time we finish, I may forget. This is group 7, right? CNA group 7. All right, so textbook. Hey, my student, we do book downloading. So you say,
so yeah, they thanks for a lot to Mr. David.
Okay, so it's loading now. You should see it on group 7 very soon. Loading should show very soon. All right. So thank you all. I believe we can. Yes, Assunta, you have a question. Go ahead.
Sir, please, I wanted to know that those of us in Cameroon, if we have to start paying our own money, how do we instrumentally? How do we do it?
Oh, it's easy. Just go to your bank. Your banking.
Standard Chartered Bank.
No. If you are Standard Chartered Bank there and it's close to you, go there, go and pay. If you don't have Standard Chartered Bank, go to your bank. Go to your bank with the account details. We'll post on the WhatsApp page shortly. We're also going to send it to you. You just give them the account details and instruct them to send money to us, and they will send it to us. It's easy.
Thank you.
It's so easy, okay?
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Is there any Cameroon question again? For now, no. Okay, as we go along.
Any other questions? So we are going to send it through the WhatsApp group.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay, so the questions Anapam, your hand is up. Do you have a question? Peter says, sir,
yes,
it's not easy unless you help us. You have to be since day one. I'm going to be here for you. Yes, Anapam, ask your question.
Thank you, sir. Please, I want to inquire about those of us in Ghana. I mean, those who apply for the CNA. Do we need the MOH clearance as part of the requirement?
Nana Kwame, beautiful question. Nana, you have asked a beautiful question. Clearance. You don't need clearance as CNAs. CNAs, no clearance. It's only NCLEX people who need clearance. CNAs, no clearance from MOH or NMC.
Okay.
2 years CNA, you and no MOH have clearance business.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. I think the rest, please, with the payment at the bank, will the CDs have to be converted in dollars? No. We have both CD account and dollar account. So you can pay with either into a dollar or a CD account. Once you pay, we do the conversion for you. So don't worry. I think the rest are okay. Repetitive question. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, please. I don't know. Yesterday, I saw something on the page. Like, is it one of the lecture was, I joined later, but I don't know what it was actually about. Is it for the CNAs or yesterday she started with some classes. But on it, he said it's not compulsory, but I don't know what it was about. So if you can highlight on it for us.
All right.
Sorry,
So yes, I think I've answered that, but you are not paying attention.
Yeah.
So let me repeat it. You see students' character. Now, yesterday, okay, like I said earlier, you have your regular class every Saturday, 3 p.m. And yesterday, there was a class at 3 p.m. and I posted there, those of you who are available and can join. And those of you who join, you notice that the topic discussed was, I think, chapter 10, which was way ahead of you. But we just needed you just needed you to have a feel of how the class will go as you go along. You're going to have your own class as you start. Okay. All right, Tima from Cameroon, are we to make our passports or it is going to be done by you people alongside the other documents? No, my dear. We don't do documents, so you will do your own documents. So your passport or your traveling document, if you don't have it, this is the time to start. Start getting them immediately. Okay? We don't do documents for you. The only documents we do for you are your green card, your visa, your air ticket, and the rest. When it comes to your personal document, your passport, your birth certificate, your government document, you will have to get them. We don't do that. Okay. So I hope I am clear on that. On that note, thank you very much for coming and good night to you all. Bye-bye.
Good night, sir. Bye. God bless you.